Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about JAFAA, and this is a hit or flop video. So I will be rating the drama myself using my own criteria to see whether it's a hit or if it's a flop. Before we start the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you like the video, please give it a like. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about JAFAA is that it started very well. Very well. I was very engaged with this. I thought the pacing was very good. Things were happening very fast. I was very hooked. I really enjoyed the way the drama showed this innocence and immaturity of Andalib and Moise. I think the actress who played Andalib did a very good job, and also the actor who played Moise, how they showed this almost forbidden romance and all the issues that children would have when they really like each other. All of that I thought was very good. I also really liked Zara and Numair's dynamic, their relationship as friends. And I'm very happy that they did not make them end up together, because I think in a lot of dramas that's what they would have done. But this was very refreshing for me that they kept them as friends, and very good friends too. There's something very honorable and refreshing about that I really liked. As the drama just progressed, for me, it just got worse and worse and worse, and it got to a point where I wasn't really enjoying it as much. It was dragging a lot, and I felt very disappointed by the way the drama was going. But that doesn't mean it was a completely useless drama. I just felt that they really dropped the quality of the drama at some point. But let me know, do you feel the same way about JAFAA? Even just reading the comments for some of the episodes, people were happy that the drama was ending. So to me, that just means a lot of people also felt the same way that I did. But let me know in the comment section, because I want to hear how you felt as well. So for this video, we will be looking at my usual 5 criteria to rate the dramas, and that is storyline and plot, character development, acting and performances, production quality, and pacing and engagement. So let's start with the storyline and plot. Now, I think JAFAA had the intention for JAFAA was a decent storyline, but I don't think they actually executed it as well as they might have planned to do. So in JAFAA, I think there were about maybe 3 major storylines at different parts of the drama. The first one was with Andalib and Moise and the marriage issue and the suicide issue. That one was very interesting to me, because I haven't really watched any Pakistani dramas that had that sort of storyline, so I was very hooked. And the second storyline would be Zara and Hassan in the house, the domestic violence issue. That one was also very well done, I think, because it was a very interesting and important topic that they were touching on. And I think, but I'm not sure about the way that one ended, to be honest with you, but we'll talk about that one later. And the last storyline is this whole issue with the DNA test and Andalib and Numair's whole situation. And that, for me, is where the drama just went down, because it was really dragging and I just didn't really enjoy that section as much. The Andalib and Moise one, as interesting as it was, I think it's a bit strange how they closed that chapter, especially because we never see Moise again. He just disappears. I think he said he's going abroad to study, but we never hear from him again. We never see, we never hear anything of him. And yes, I understand that, they needed to, Andalib needed to move on and all, but Moise was such a big character that I was expecting maybe he will come back in some way or something, but we never see him again. And I felt like that storyline was a bit shaky, the way that one was resolved. In the same way, Zara and Hassan, after the whole domestic violence issue, Hassan as well just disappears. We never see him again. And I thought he would be a major character as well. And he was, but I don't know. I'm not sure about the way they ended that storyline too. In the same way, Zara ended up leaving and going to Dallas. We never really saw her again. So I was a bit confused about how they wanted us to feel about each of these characters. I wasn't sure how exactly the storylines were going to connect. To me, it just seemed like 3 separate storylines, and it was a bit disjointed for me personally. Are we supposed to focus on Andalib? Are we supposed to focus on Zara? Are we supposed to focus on Numair? They're different characters that have their own journey, and I think that they could have made it a bit more tidy in how they connected each of the storylines and made a big overall story. And there were a few examples of things that just didn't make much sense to me. For example, when Andalib left Numair and she just ended up in Karachi by herself, how did she get a job? Did she even have money? We don't know where she got money from. She hadn't worked before. So how was she able to just run away so confidently? Yes, she got a job to support herself, but the way she ended up in Karachi was very random. It didn't make much sense to me that that's where she went to. So overall, for the storyline and plot, I would actually give that a 2 out of 5. Next, let's talk about character development. Now, I think this is where JAFAA had a lot of potential, but they did not meet my expectations. Not many of the characters in the drama actually had any development. The only one that comes to mind really is Zara, and she had a whole journey from the domestic violence issue to balancing her career in the hospital as well, and to standing up for herself despite what everybody was saying, trying to push her towards marriage, her grandma, her parents as well. I like the fact that she stood her ground, and that showed some development. It showed some growth on Zara's part to the point that she was even able to go abroad and start a new life for herself. I think she was the only one who actually was able to develop, and we could see the development. Nobody else did. Andalib, I don't really think she had much development. Yes, I know she was supposed to be young and immature and making very stupid decisions sometimes, but I think that was her character for the whole drama. And while the acting was very good and she really portrayed that well, I wouldn't say there was much development there. Yes, in the end, she accepted the mistake that Numair made. She was able to give him the grace to continue and stay as his wife. But that was like in the very last episode. For the majority of the drama, she was throwing tantrums. She ran away. She abandoned her responsibility as a mother. To me, I didn't really see much change or anything. She was still the same character. Same thing with Numair. I think Numair's character was always very steady, very admirable character, had a lot of good values. But I don't think I think maybe the high points for him was when he went to do the DNA test. And I don't know if I would say there was much development there. But of course, that portrayal of the issues and the struggles he was having was very convincing. So I liked that. But I still wouldn't say there was much development. Not to the same level as Zara, for example. In the same way, Andalib's parents as well, not much development there. I think their characters were the same throughout. And what I found interesting is, and this is not a character development issue, this is just me talking about the characters themselves. I think it's important that this drama highlighted this thing that parents do where they think that marriage will solve all the problems. Because what the situation Andalib was in, it's mostly because her parents kept pushing her to get married and she didn't want to get married. And she told them that she didn't. But again, they looked at her as, oh, you're young, you don't really understand yet. And so they're basically imposing their decision on her, and they basically forced her into this. And that's when a lot of problems came. And so I really appreciated that the drama showed that tension, because this is something that is so common. A lot of adults, they mean well, but the way they go about things and the way they can force children into making certain decisions, it has a lot of these kinds of effects. So I'm happy that the drama highlighted that, because I think it's important for parents to see. Now, somebody that could have had good character development is Hassan, but we just didn't see it. He just disappeared, and I was disappointed because I felt like they could have done something interesting, more interesting with his character. Of course, it was traumatic for us, the viewers, when he said he would change, but then he still kept doing the same thing, and Zara ended up in hospital. I really liked the layers, the complexity to his character, but I just don't think he had much development. Yes, in the end, he agreed to change, but we never saw him again. We don't know where he is, what he's doing. We never saw his grandma again. So I felt like this drama just left a lot of things. They didn't tidy a lot of things up well. And those were some of my main issues with this drama. But overall, as I said, not many characters had good development apart from Zara. So for character development, I would give JAFAA a 2 out of 5. Now let's talk about acting and performances. This is where I think the drama had some of its strongest qualities. I think the acting all through was very good. As I mentioned, I think Andalib and Moise, the actors, did a very, very good job. Mavra did a very good job as Zara. I think she really gave a lot of depth to her character. The same thing with the actor who played Hassan. I don't remember his name, but I think he did a very good job as well. Just watching his character spiral in and out of control, it was very uncomfortable for us to watch, but that's exactly what a good character should do. Numair was a very steady, very admirable character, but again, there wasn't too much to his character. It was kind of like the same throughout the drama, which is a good quality to have. But I would have liked to see more, maybe even more expression, because I felt like Numair wasn't very expressive. And maybe, yes, that's just how he is. That's how the character is supposed to be. But I would really have liked to see more, especially towards the end of the drama when things were getting very tough for him emotionally. I think I appreciated the scenes where we saw him break down, where he was very confused and he didn't know what to do. I think more depth to his character would have been good, but still the acting was very good there as well. So overall, the acting in JAFAA, I would say, was a 3 out of 5. Next, let's talk about the production quality. Now, I think the production was good in JAFAA. I wouldn't say it was extraordinary, and it wasn't bad either. It was steady, good production. So I would give the production quality in JAFAA a 3 out of 5. And finally, pacing and engagement. And what to say, guys? I mean, bad scene. I think this could have been much better. In the beginning of the drama, things were going well, and then it just got very bad. I'm sorry to say. I don't think the pacing was good in the second half of the drama, and I wasn't engaged. I was just waiting to see how it would end. That's all. I wasn't invested in the characters as I was before. I was disappointed because I know they could actually do something very good. The way the drama started was fantastic. But if it's ending like this, I just think they wasted a lot of episodes then, because things were dragging. We were stuck on this DNA test track for 100 episodes. Honestly, I even forgot what JAFAA was about. I forgot that Zara was in JAFAA, Hassan was in JAFAA, Moise was in JAFAA. It was just about this DNA test. It just wasn't very interesting to me. And I think it made the drama lose a lot of that excitement factor for me. So I was quite disappointed. Even the parents were saying the same things over and over. It was a cycle of, oh, where's Andalib? Bring her back. Next, I don't know what's wrong with Andalib. Make her understand. Then trying to make Andalib understand. Then scolding her. Then Numair, I don't know what's wrong with Andalib. Bring her back. It's the same thing over and over again. It just wasted a lot of time. So pacing and engagement, it wasn't very good for me. And so I would give that a 1.5 out of 5. Overall, I was very disappointed with the end as well. For me, it was, yes, happy ending, good. But when you have a good drama, the whole point is that the episodes leading to the end, especially from the middle of the drama to the end, they should be hyping you up, preparing you for the end, something big to happen or something so interesting to happen. This one, it was so obvious that Andalib was going to come back, and I don't like how everything was just in the last episode. She found this test and everything was okay. Then she decided to stay. I felt like I don't know. It didn't seem like what I had been waiting for was satisfied in the end of the drama. So good, happy ending, but not very interesting for me personally. Everybody has their own opinion, but I felt the end was very, very basic. And again, as I said, characters like Hassan, Zara, and Moise, you're wondering where they are, if you'll see them again. Those are the characters that made the drama more interesting for me. And I was a bit disappointed that we never saw them again. And the story of JAFAA basically became just Andalib and Numair. And I wasn't as interested in that. So yeah, that's why I'm so disappointed in JAFAA. And for all these reasons I've discussed, I would actually say that JAFAA is a flop. For the way it started and the way it ended, I just felt so disappointed. So Bus guys, ये है review. Please let me know what you thought in the comment section. Do you agree with my rating? Do you disagree? Please tell me. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.